Oh, man.
Oh, folks, welcome back. Episode what? What is this? 17? 17? Is this 17? The Velvet Sugar Podcast. I'm your co-host, David Beckles Jr. That is
Alex Kolar.
And we have another amazing guest today, folks. Funny man, comedian, stand-up, Monty Mason.
You're one of the best Hudson Valley stand-up comics there is, Monty.
Yeah.
And you're the first show I was ever on was with you. With
Oh,
Monty.
really?
He don't remember that because he's been doing comedy for longer.
A big time job.
Yeah.
Who was that guy who was 6 foot?
Yeah. And I did a show. I did like a little quick roast. I was doing comedy like 7-8 months.
Yeah.
And I finally got the balls to get up on stage.
Yeah.
And do you remember the contest at Slaughter?
Yeah.
And there was another black comic. I'm trying to find this guy's name. Maybe you know him.
What?
He has that voice from Family, the black guy in Family Guy. I told you about this
That
comic.
guy that talks like this. Hey.
Big dude. He was hilarious.
Thanks for putting me on the spot. I don't know. who
I
that
totally
is.
bombed on that show. I was doing comedy. Like I had no business
that
being in
room
this
was
contest.
clearly-
People are like, "You did great, Alex."
Well, no,
Sit down.
It's a dry run for the judges. Like you're not really gonna get a feel from the crowd there.
Yeah.
Also,
But you remember the contest?
Yeah, I
You
remember the
remember
contest.
that?
I was
And
probably
you did
hosting.
he has a bit. I'm not gonna, of course, say the Mario bit, which is absolutely
Yeah, the Super
hilarious.
Mario bit. Yeah, that was
Super
nice.
Mario
I
bit. And you don't remember that guy's name by any chance?
No, I don't.
I don't think he's doing
I don't.
comedy anymore because I have not seen him anywhere.
I don't
Unless
know.
he has no-
Is it
you know.
there's a bunch of dudes that like do that.
He was like an
comedy.
older guy. He was. I would say at that. This is going
Was
back
it
5 years
Diderot?
ago.
Not Diderot.
Big dude, like maybe 6 foot tall.
And you just
with that
you
voice,
just describe
exactly
half the
like
dudes
the-
who
I
just
know.
robbed my mom's.
Oh, geez. He had arms
Yeah,
and he had a
arm,
face
leg, and a face and eyes.
Side note.
Good description.
Yo, first black guest.
I'm
What if
shattering.
like over here I was going like this
Shattering
secretly? Like,
Alex, how's
oh.
it feel to be a minority?
shattering barriers right now.
Shattering boundaries.
Yes, hey, we're here with Alex the Foreigner. But
Yes.
it's good, man. So we can kick this off. So how long? Well, first of all, thanks for coming through because we wanted to have this done like a while now,
Yo,
right?
thanks for having me, you
Yeah.
guys. I feel
We
like
talked
I'm being
about it a couple months.
attacked.
You think they do the podcast?
Yeah, do podcast. No, man. Yo, so yeah, man. I've been, we've been kicking it
Of
for
course.
for a bit.
Monty also is a fellow Caribbean.
Is that Caribbean? Caribbean or Caribbean? Nah, I is.
No matter.
Either
Either or.
Trini them.
Yeah.
Trini them.
Man is a Trini boy.
He's a Trini boy. We love this scene.
White translation: Trinidad and Tobago. Continue.
The Twin Island Republic.
That's Trinidad and
Right.
Tobago.
He taught me that you can see Colombia from Tobago.
No.
what-
Venezuela.
Venezuela. Sorry, Venezuela.
And you can also see my Venezuela cousins.
On a good yeah.
On a good
clear
day, you can see Venezuela.
When you-
That's
South-
crazy, right?
South-
You
South-
wave to a communist
South-
country. You're like,
South
hey.
Trinidad, though. South, not just obviously not the whole of Trinidad.
gotta go.
Trinidad
Yeah.
is not like Barbados. Barbados is
Yeah.
166 square miles. Trinidad is like 17 something.
I couldn't believe how close it was to Venezuela.
It's real close.
But listen, let's talk about you. You're a comedian. I've always admired your comedy. I told you when I saw you doing that at that comedy contest, that was my second show, and I was doing it 8 months. I was like, holy crap. One day I might be as good as this guy. Like it was. I'm telling you. Look at it. Oh,
yeah.
man.
Oh, you make a black man blush.
That's right. But you deserve it, man, because you're hilarious. And how long have you been doing comedy? That was
Wow.
6 years ago.
6 years. I've been doing comedy for a long time. Like,
Yeah.
when I tell people when I started, they're like, "Why aren't you on TV?" Well, it's,
Everybody's got a
it's a
different
grind.
journey.
There's no time on this.
This is a
so I
marathon,
started
man.
in 2003.
Okay.
Way back, like some of the dudes like I started with was like I did shows with Mark Norman, like he no one knew who he was. Like I just don't have at the Comedy
Did
Village.
you see him in his first couple of years when he was starting?
Yeah, I didn't know it was just a dude doing comedy. I didn't know who he was. Mark
He
Norman.
didn't stand out. He was okay, but he wasn't
No,
phenomenal.
he was. He was funny. He was
Funny.
he was still kind of goofy, and he wasn't like he was now.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. Ali Wong used to come in. Jamie,
Jeez, where was this?
Paluzzo,
Where
Comedy Village. Like so, they used to have a mic
Ooh.
at Comedy Village.
Okay.
You still do shows there. So they used to have a double mic, like a mic at 8 and a mic at 10. And the Jersey guys would do 8 and 10 and they bail early because you'd miss the train, you'd miss the path. So we'd get us up early. Like Eric Andre used to come through there.
Yeah.
And funny thing, I remember seeing Eric Andre at Mike because I started in 2004.
Yeah. So you would see Andre
So I
all
used
the
to
time.
see Eric Andre.
And then he-
Michelle Buteau.
Michelle Buteau.
I saw
yeah.
her. Who else did I see?
A bunch of bunch of people.
Jordan Carlos.
Jordan Carlos,
Yeah.
Jordan Ferber. I used to see
Joey
Joey Gay.
Yeah.
Joey Gay. I used to see Joey Gay a lot because
Yeah.
I used to go over to Comedy Village.
Yeah.
And so I used to see. Oh man, you know who used to? He died. What's his name? But anyway.
Patrice?
So Patrice, I got a Patrice story. So
Okay.
one night I'm in Comedy Village, right? I'm hanging out. I'm like, I got my book. I got my stupid little marble notebook. I'm in the back. I'm writing, and then like all of a sudden the whole room goes.
Yeah.
Everyone straightens out. The mic's still going on, and I'm like, "What is everybody going for?" And all of a sudden, it's Patrice O'Neal, Patrice. What's his boy name? He passed away too. Not Keith Robinson.
Right.
Keith and there's another third dude. And the whole
Not Greg Giraldo.
Not Greg Giraldo, the black guy.
Not Bernie Mac.
Not Bernie Mac. No, not Bernie Mac.
You said that.
He's blacked out. I would Google him, but so he's the his name will come to me maybe.
Okay.
We're walking in the club.
You got to Google it.
You can Google. He just had a special. My brain is so bad hitting the head. So if you Patrice O'Neal's Todd Lynn.
Okay.
They all come in. They're all wearing like Sherlin coats, like intimidating as F, right? Walking through there, the whole club. And if you've ever been there, it's like a 2-tier club. I'm in the back. I'm writing on my stupid marble notebook. And they're shaking everyone down. This Todd Lynn, rest in peace, man. Dope comic, man. And like, they were big dudes. Patrice was big like you. Big guy. Like you think.
I heard he was huge. He's like 6'4".
And like they're coming through it. I don't really I know comedy, but I didn't know Patrice. And I didn't know, like he's looking, everybody's like, come on. He's looking at notebooks. And I'm sitting there, he grabs my notebook, and he looks at it, and he starts reading it. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? But
He starts reading.
he starts reading my notebook. Todd Lynn's there. Yeah. Keith is there. And then they're like, don't sing nothing. I'm like, what's happening right now? There's just a punk in the room. Straight punk in the room. So then he reads it, and he's like, all right. He puts it down, and he slides it to him. He's like, all right, leave him alone. And they start grabbing everyone else.
This is like a mafia shakedown, you know?
They're throwing dudes books like, get out of here, you got it. Like, and I'm just like, yo.
Oh my God.
That is hilarious.
Yo, and I wish I'd known that. And everybody's like, that was Patrice. And I was like, what?
He's like, that's Patrice.
Oh,
I
man.
saw him live once, and that was at the Boston Comedy Club in
Yeah.
2005.
So that was right before that, the same club right before that turned to Comedy Village, Boston.
Right, because that's what it was telling. That's what it was telling Shauna that right that same spot used to be the Boston Comedy Club.
When did it close down?
I don't know.
Like 05, like so.
Because I was there. I'll tell you, I was
You
there.
might have been earlier.
With my wife was my girlfriend at the time, and it was not earlier than 04. It couldn't have been,
Okay.
and it couldn't have been later than 06.
It might have been right on that
Right there,
transition
when-
where
yeah.
it changed.
When
And
I went,
Patrice
it was
did,
2000. Right?
Patrice did sitting down, like we saw him do, like
Yeah.
a quick 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he killed. Yeah. And he upset some girl in the crowd, like he always does.
That's what you got to do.
Which was actually my friend's girlfriend at the time. And she was Colombian, and he just started going into her. And she had like a little bit of an ego, like, you know, you couldn't tell her much.
You could feel
and then
it.
as he was talking, she was just doing this for like 15 minutes. She was boiling inside, but she couldn't say nothing because she was getting trashed. And we just loved it.
Yeah, man. That's what
She
you
broke up with my boy, so I don't care.
She got vetted by Patrice.
She got- exactly.
So that's how I started. So I started there. I did the city comedy village, comedy. Like we used to run up to the comic strip down over the New York Comedy Club. We used to be at New York Comedy Club. They used to have a mic. You'd be there at 2 a.m. Like your face was hurting, and then you'd be like, "Go on!" And then you'd be like, you trying to give energy, trying to give a show. There ain't nobody. And so started in 03.
Did you live in the city, or because now you're upstate, right?
I live upstate now. I was in Teaneck at the time. So when I started, I was in Teaneck.
So you were taking Path. You were the Jersey.
Did Path or drive in. I used to go right after work and just hit mics, like stupid mics. I didn't even care. Like mics, people were dancing. There'd be avant-garde guys reading the paper. Like some guy went up there and started chewing gum, and that was his whole set. Like he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, New York. You know what I'm talking? Weird.
There was a guy that it was. I remember seeing him. I can't remember. I saw him a couple of places, right? And he had a bit. Should I say it was years ago? Should I say it?
Yeah.
Is that gonna say it?
I don't think
You blow him up on
No,
YouTube.
but I'm saying
Some people they gonna Google the bit.
He used to come up with a belt, with a wrestling like a championship replica belt.
Oh, Jesus.
And he used to walk up like this. And he would look at everybody like this. Like, you remember how Bad News Brown used to look at people?
Yeah.
Then he used to go, Man, I told me this bitch the other day, and I'll beat that pussy up. And he proceeded for like a minute or two straight, making that mic noise. I'm like,
Oh no.
That was
I was like,
that's my uncle.
what?
You're like, what?
Because I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to find out
What comedy is.
what comedy
It
is,
is.
what is funny, and I was like,
Yeah, it's in the beginning you're learning from
Yeah.
comedians you shouldn't be learning
You
from.
shouldn't be learning from it all.
You know?
You
I
should
mean,
not,
no disrespect to our brother.
no respect to your belt. You bang a
Yeah,
belt
but-
bit?
but I'm like-
nah, bro.
I was like, yo, I was like, what is this?
So when did you? So you did comedy. You lived in Teaneck.
Yeah.
Was it close to the city? And how long did you do comedy in the city until you moved out of the city?
So the city was like, I was real close to like 06, so like I'm really close to like being in some things and getting some things. And then like what happened was like my mother-in-law passed away. So like it was either like comedy or divorce.
So basically, you're a good person. And you
Yeah,
did
yeah,
the
but I
right
could be a
thing.
famous person. maybe Maserati for my friends. I'm sorry, you're an Eastern European something. You won't fit in nothing.
You gotta give him a Range Rover.
You got to get you a
Oh
range.
man,
Something. Like the ones that actually use in
Yeah,
battle.
so
you had family.
started
interruption.
family interruptions. I had like 2 family interruptions. So I started like I was getting in with some guys, and then I literally had to like cut off. I was in a couple of contests in the city where I was real big. It was like on televised, and they were like, and then that guy banged up his club, Sal's Comedy Hole. Shout out to Sal, and he went to L.A. And then that was that. And then Comic Strip was never like. Never like, and then I was real close, and then that stopped. And then once you stop, like you die. You just people like
You do this for 2 weeks, you practically die.
Yeah,
right? You
people
go on
like-
vacation for 2 weeks, you come back, you're like rusty.
Yeah.
I can't imagine stopping this for a year, 6 months.
But
or
it
a
was
year.
like I did shows, but I used to do like 200 something shows a year.
So that's what I want to talk
just-
to you about next. I told David this
Right,
story.
right, I wanna hear this.
We were talking outside of Rhino Comedy Club about a year and a half ago. And you told me, we were talking with like, I think it was Joe Sherman and
Yeah.
Anthony Quinn before he passed or something. I forgot who was there, but I remember exactly what you said. And you're like, I did like 152 shows last year or something.
Yeah.
So if you have and this is somebody like you have a full-time, you have a job.
Yeah.
I have a job. I can't imagine that. 3 shows a week, that's
used to
grinding, that's
do-
exhausting.
3 shows a week. I used to do like 2-3 shows a night. Like that's the cool thing, because then you would like, oh, let's run here. I'd start early, I'd get right off work, go straight to the city. I'd do like a 3 o'clock mic or a 4 o'clock mic, and then I'd do like a 6, 7, 8 o'clock mic, and then some dude would be like, yo, come do my show in Brooklyn. Oh, I got the car. Oh, drive us to Brooklyn. I drive to Brooklyn, and then we do like a show there, and then you would get on. Or I do like it's tough, like it's a grind. Like I'm tired, and then like I was close to burning out. Like you can't like. And then I'd be doing auditions. I'd be doing hostels. Like I did a hostel. Like nobody knew how to speak English. Like maybe that was like your Prague show. Like did you do when you did stand-up? Did you do it?
No, it
bilingual?
was expat clubs, which they're super popular right now in Europe. Every city has one. Every major you name a major city in Europe.
I know you told
And
me.
it's like Prague has 1.3 million people. It has like 10,000 Americans there.
And they
living
want some
there.
in a slice of home.
Yeah, so they have enough American speaking people, not just English speaking. It's not Americans. It's a mix of everywhere. So you got people like, let's say you go any country in Europe, you have everybody from all over the world who happens to speak English
that's
move to that
dope.
country. Small group of people.
How did it play?
And it was so like basically I performed in front of 40, 50 people one night, and there was actually only 2 Americans in the crowd who spoke English. The rest were two Latvians who spoke English, 2 Lithuanians, 2 Germans who never fucking laugh at anything. Fuck the Germans. Fuck the Austrians. Sorry.
Whoa. We love your vehicles. We love your vehicles.
So
You're gonna get some German hate right now, which is the worst kind of hate.
listen.
You were like,
Listen to me. Vladimir Putin has a more expressive face than a German person does at a comedy club. It's the same
because
face.
they're taking them. They were enjoying themselves too. They were,
Yeah.
Oh man.
So it was basically like, and then 2 guys from South Africa, a lady from like Brazil, all these people who at one point in their life said, "Let me move to Prague or whatever country you're doing."
Yeah.
So when you make that room, and I killed in that room, and you're like, I made my comedy literally translates to every country in the world. Because I just have a little bit of a sampling of everybody. And then you do the next night, same room. There's like 8 Austrian people there. And they were kind of like about 30 people in the room, and they were almost like a third of the room. And Murph talks about this, fellow comic, is if you put those people in the front, they become like the alpha. Murph calls them the alpha crowd. He used to work a club, Murph. In the club, they used to know you got to move those people to the back. Because the rest of the crowd kind of feeds off of their zero energy.
I got you. Yeah.
So that if they're sitting there like
Duds
miserable,
in
the
the
rest of the
front.
crowd is like, they're almost like the betas. And they start to
And
follow
if you
the
start
alphas in
dressing
the front.
them up, like they're like, what is?
So they should have moved them to the back.
Who are you? Like,
Bombed for 10 minutes straight, like sweating bombed. You know, I
that's a
couldn't
good
wait
one.
to
Did
get
you
up.
get the pasties? That
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
pasties is the worst.
Yeah, so what else? You know,
So, ever been to Prague?
Tells us about the.
my wife thinks that joke's funny. You know?
Tells us about the turkey you have for Thanksgiving. Family. I buy turkey.
But Russians laugh great. Everybody laughs great, just not us. And then I did a show in my home country, Slovakia, which the capital is called Bratislava. And there was a black dude from Chicago who headlined, and he let me open for him for 10 minutes. And he had like, you know what he says in his bio? I think the guy's name is Sean Combs. I forgot his name.
Combs.
Not Combs,
Whoa,
not Sean.
whoa,
Hold on.
whoa.
No, not P. Diddy.
He's been around.
Hold on.
He's been around.
John McCombs. And in his profile, he says he's touring
so
comic.
mad at you right now.
He's like, so he thinks we all look like
The wrong kind of combs.
But in his profile, he says, I've been all over the world. Everybody laughs except Austrians. In parentheses, he puts that in his profile. Everybody laughs except Austrians. So he literally said exactly what I'm telling you guys. It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. But that's part of it, though. That's part of it. You got tough, and hopefully I get that experience too.
When you do the Caribbean part, like Caribbeans are hard. Caribbeans like there's some comics I talk to, like when they do like Caribbean clubs, they're like, yo, Caribbeans are.
Yeah. But you gotta know how to get them, all right? Because good example, that show we did together.
Ooh.
We gotta talk about it. Ooh. We gotta talk about
He
it.
told me stories
We
about
gotta
the
talk
show.
about
Oh man.
We gotta talk about that. Was
Like, they was working like they paid $500 to get in that club. You paid $25.
that was a West Indian Caribbean club. And
I don't know.
boy, let me tell
What
you,
you think he is?
you got the
Rough
Who
crowd.
the Beckles? Like talk about unks, like unks with no
do
joy.
do that face, David. Do that. First comedy show I ever been to with my wife. Was a Comedy Cellar, and I sat behind a black dude like that, a Caribbean dude, and he didn't laugh the whole night. And when the joke was funny, he laughed every like 10th joke. He would just go like this. Now that's funny.
Yeah.
And he would say, "No, that's funny."
Yeah.
And I was sitting behind him like he gave me that energy. I was sitting
Right,
behind him
right.
like, should I laugh?
But that's the same dude who come out there. You know, yours funny or no?
Yeah. Yo, because
So they're like the Austrians of black people.
Shout out Rashad Bashir.
Yeah,
Because
They don't let us show it.
He went in and he shook it up.
broken.
I went after him, so I was able to get some of his win.
Some of that.
So I
some of
was
the
able to,
energy.
because the girl, I remember I saw this girl there, she was cracking up. I
Yeah.
had her.
He just did straight crowd work to warm
He
them
did-
up.
No, he did straight energy work.
Yeah, he's an energy.
Like he came out like, and you do this. Like now that I've done some more, like I'm back doing like more urban stuff. It's a formula. Like you
It
come
is.
in, you do like something up top to just get their attention.
Yeah.
Cannot go to your bits. I know that.
Yeah, no,
I
right away.
learned that. the hard
And
way.
then you start bidding, but like some of that time, but
do you throw bits in between the crowd work?
But like I don't. So what I do now is like I'm coming in and I do something. Just I'm in control.
Yeah.
I'm in control. Boom, boom. I was talking to my buddy Bill Scully. Shout out to Scully. Now Scully does just urban comedy like a beast, and he was like telling me. He starts showing me flipping open his book. He's like, I got like 15 ways to start. I was like, what? Because he said you can't mess around. If that don't work, I do that. If that don't work, do that. And once you get in them, you're in them.
Once we get
But
in,
you
yeah.
gotta get in them. And
gotta
you,
get
he
in.
said, and you got like, he says you got like a minute.
Yeah, maybe.
So it's a little like
before
it's a little like Apollo. Once you hear the first boo or two, that plane's
you're done.
crashing.
Yeah.
Let me
It's
tell you
over.
something.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
You got to get
I
them in the beginning.
focus on the guys because you had like 8 Jamaican big belly men
The
that sat in
unks.
the center. The unks, right?
Jamaican big belly
That
man.
sat right there.
Too much rice and peas.
I did something to them, right? So when I was done, it was like, yo man, you're good man. Me like it.
Me like
yo,
it.
me like you. So yo, when you come back again, man, it was good.
Never.
I was like, my next
Tell
show-
your face, dude. Tell your fucking face next time if it's good.
I was like,
Go like this. Ha ha ha.
I
You
was
laugh.
You
I
can't.
was like, my next show's in Brooklyn. He said, no, yo, me now go to Brooklyn.
You know,
But
Brooklyn.
good door, but good luck. Me want to see you, man. You're funny, man. I was like, okay.
It's tough. Like you just can't you can't take any of that personal.
No, you can't.
It's
You
like
can't. You can't.
some people, they want to be in the control of the laugh, and it's just like some people don't like being tickled.
Dude, like, how long did it take you to figure out what I'm about to say? And it's this. I don't take it personally, and I only started doing it this year. I'm doing it 6 years now. I realized that if my bits work 90% of the time and they make people laugh, and I go to a show and I bomb, it ain't me.
Right.
No.
Unless you do think, wait a minute, did I have a little different energy? Yeah. No, I basically kind of had the same energy I usually do. I bomb, it ain't me. Sometimes it's just not you, it's the crowd.
Now you hear guys talk about this, and I know this is like not a secret, but like I don't even know if you're really supposed to talk about the room read. Like dudes will step in my ear, like Sleepy Floyd or Hamburger, and they'll be having a club or a room, and they'll be like, okay, now watch me. And he goes, read the room. What's working? What is high energy working? Is crowd work working? Is crowd work then bits working? Right. Read the room. Or is dirty working? Or is clean working first and then dirty? He's like, read the room. Yeah. Now it's different every time. Like the quicker you can do that. Like sometimes I'm up top. If you ever see me do like 30, I'm reading the room for like a minute. Okay, I'm figuring out what do they want. I'm like T2000. I'm calibrating, or like RoboCop. I'm and then and I'm shooting a dude in the dick. Like I'm reading the room, like, and then but it's the room read. So like sometimes like people, they see you, they come on man, what are you doing? And like, because a lot of your bits, a bit runs into a bit, runs into a bit, runs into a callback. And you want to stay on schedule. You're like a quarterback back there. You want to, boom, get that ball out, get that joke out. But as you get more experience, this is more experience. Not good. You're already good. You're funny. That's out the window. Now it's more like I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go in my bag, and then I'm gonna make them like the bit.
Right.
Yeah. Like I just did a show.
That's key. Because you gotta hold on. Because you when you in control, you have them. I think it's like a train or an Uber.
Yeah.
You're the driver, and when they finally trust you and you get in, then you could take him in.
Then you could take him in. It's like Bill Cosby, or who was that? Jerry Seinfeld said, "You're the pilot.
Right.
You taking the plane up. They don't be like, yo man, can you make a right at Prague?" No,
you decide.
Man, shut up. Yeah. I'm flying a plane,
and you've got to be decisive because they can smell weakness.
That's what. Here's what I learned from. Now I'm shouting out people like Billy the Billionaire Gilbert. Like I can't tell you how much. The weirdest thing, how much I've had like black men like. This is gonna sound weird. Support me or breathe life into me, saying, and it's weird. It's not a jealous thing. Like, yo, man, why are you so in your head? You say, why are you so second guessing yourself? You go in that room, and then you do your jokes, but you do everything with confidence.
Right. Yes.
Confidence. Like you do your bits on your confidence. You do your skits. Confidence. Even if you don't feel confident. But man, make some. Man, I think chickens came from the egg. And you do it like that, and you let them sit. You bully them.
Yeah.
And then they start to turn on, and then especially like you have a beautiful way of like being like logical, but they don't think like you, so they don't know where your joke is coming from.
Gotcha.
So they might even be upset that you're outsmarting them.
Yeah, you don't want to do that too much to a crowd. You got to feel out your crowd. Like I've done a show. We did a show somewhere upstate where the crowd wasn't. I could tell right away one of my jokes ain't gonna work.
They were dumb.
It's too clever. Yeah, they were a little dumber. The crowd.
But you almost have to like.
You're like, I ain't gonna go there.
Sometimes when like
Walmart crowd.
So here's what I've learned. Like I do. She walked in, oh baby, I feel good tonight. Like, what, man? Did you pull up?
I'm gonna get me a pair.
Did you pull up your Crocs, man? You pull up your Crocs.
What the hell they call it?
What you calling out there? Alec Kohler? Kohler? Wait, what's that from, Kohler?
Where's he from?
Russia. From Russia. I knew what
he said Slovakia. And I said, what's different? I said Russia. So it's the same
that damn thing, man. And then he said he gonna shoot me with an AK-49. What's up for that?
Now we are. So I don't even know what I was saying,
but you were saying about the bits and the outsmart.
So the bits. So sometimes like there's a bunch of different ways that I try to be, or sometimes I just want to be this. I'm getting bits out. That's Mike. Yeah. Sometimes I'm at a show and I'm like, I got to bully the room, but sometimes I'm just you got to add some silliness to your bag. Just like you're not trying to be clever. You're just being silly. like silly stuff. I usually start out like I'm silly, or like, and then I'm like, then I start doing a serious joke. Then I feel like I can get a bit in. The worst is when I'm hot up top and I'm ad-libbing, and now I know ain't none of my bits funnier than this heat I was coming with off the top of the dome.
Which is basically every open mic I ever do. Brewster, like the open mic, I do that. I love going up like near the end because I watch everybody and I kind of mess with them.
Yeah.
Crowd work. It's like crowd work with your fellow comedians. You kill and then you go, all right, and I got to go to my bits.
That's
and your
good.
bits are never going to be as good as that.
But that's good though.
But you're just warming them up and you're warming yourself up.
You're learning. There's also this thing that happens when you go and everyone before you is just like grenading, and then I do this thing called open for yourself. It's
We
what
never see
Rashad
that.
did.
We never see that in Brewster. Nobody
It's
ever
what
fucking
I-
bombs.
And you don't want to lay on that grenade.
But I tell people, especially at a mic, you're supposed to bomb, especially with new jokes.
Yeah.
Supposed to give yourself permission to bomb.
What would you go? Unless you want to try to like switch them around or get some kind of new rhythm.
I'm only recently stopping doing this where you go to mics and you're like, I'll really impress them.
No,
you're supposed to go there just to try new
go in there,
material.
I go there and
Your mic is for you.
But I'm a natural people pleaser, so I do want to make them laugh.
So I'm at the point where like when I go to mics now, I don't know what's funny enough because I'm like being funny even with stuff that I'm like I might not use that bit, but I know or I'm doing technique things like I wonder if I can get a call back in here. I wonder if I can get if I could do some patience here. Sometimes I'm just working on patience because like you hear me now.
Dude,
Calm down, and then you'll see there's laughs in the silence.
I don't panic.
Don't step. You know what?
Step on your laugh.
So I went to see Louis C.K. at Laugh It Up 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he was just at the dojo too.
Yeah. And what's that?
He was just down at the dojo. He's working something out around here off book with Joe List.
So it was called Working Out New Material, and I was sitting with all these open mic comics, and a lot of comics came too, who were working comics and stuff. And I forgot who said it to me, but I think it was like one of the comics we know said like he didn't step over one of his bits. He waits fully for the laughter to die down. And then sometimes the right beat is the next tagline joke. You need that beat, but he never talked over himself. But like there's certain comics that do that. They talk over the
double
laughter.
up.
That's David Tell. David Tell, you're laughing, he'll make you laugh even more
Yeah,
until
but
you're hurting.
he's so,
He just
and then
keeps
you're
going,
like,
boom,
you know,
boom.
that's his cadence.
Yeah.
What I've learned is like what I'm trying to work on now is like okay, you're funny, you do, but sometimes you can't go 100 miles an hour for 30 minutes, especially an hour. You want to be.
It depends on your set. If I got like in Europe, they gave me one club. I did 4 shows. One club they said you only do 7 minutes. So I went like the speed was like almost dizzying to me.
Yeah.
I was going crazy fast.
You
But
feel
I had to.
compressed. You got 5-7 minutes. You feel
it was
compressed.
a whole new crowd. I hadn't seen the crowd. I want to make them laugh. I compressed my stuff.
You still take
But
your
if
time.
I'm doing those same things and I've done 30-minute sets in that material, and that 7 minutes took me 15 minutes to do.
But if you're getting laughs, like I did a show at Laugh It Up once, and I had 15 minutes, and that 15 minutes felt like 5 minutes because I was just murdering.
You're doing great.
Like I was doing great, and I was like, oh man, I gotta wait for this laugh to die. And then I was like, but this, you ever be telling a joke and you thought that was good, and then a tagline that's just gonna be like,
Oh,
boom.
when they're laughing at your first 2 and the
and
big
you're
laugh
like,
is coming,
oh,
the third, that's the best feeling ever.
And then you lay it flat, and you're like, The city's great because like when you tell that you can go fast in the city, I feel like because the way the room sizes are, and everyone knows comedy. Like New York Comedy Club, the joke would like snap off the back of the like the laugh, and it would come back to you, and you get like this rush of heat. It was like exhilarating. You're like, what? And then you get energy from the joke, and then your brain just loosens up, and then you just start thinking, and pow, 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 pow.
Nothing like it, man.
Yeah,
It's dope, man. Like it must have been. Real.
I don't think stand-up comedy gets the respect it deserves because of the tough craft it is. I think now, especially now, there's an influx of comedians.
Yeah,
right?
everybody's.
And I think what's missing is mentorship, because here's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I think people said, okay, my favorite comic is. I like this, so I'm gonna emulate that style. Mm-hmm. So you emulating the style, trying to go close to that style without really knowing what your voice is.
What your voice is.
You may like this person, but that might not suit your style or your voice.
The voice is a tough thing to
You know what I mean?
to nail down.
Yeah, true.
Did you have some natural things? I have some natural things that people would think were similar comics. You saw us. We both love accents.
Yeah.
Because it's a natural thing being in the Caribbean and then hearing a bunch of accents and then people like you have an accent and then it was just the next thing was an English accent. Blow. It's so easy to do an English accent. And then you too. You're from Eastern European. You have an ear for accents. And then like now, then you would be funny off that. Right. And then same thing with you. Like so, if you saw me and you, you'd be like David. You'd be like, oh, they're similar, but we're not because you have one experience and I have another experience. But we
totally
both
different.
meet at like that Caribbean intersection where like we could do the same crowd.
But
And
the accent is just a vehicle.
yeah.
But you're driving it in a whole different direction than he is.
Yeah,
It's
and like
just a vehicle.
it's fun. When I did the first time I did a room with you, and I was like, oh, so that's what it's like to be in a room with me. Like just everyone just loves you. Like he comes in and he's just like, you, my uncle is comedian, and they have no information on Korean people, so they have to be like, I better laugh. And then I realized, oh, like so it challenged me in a way to take some of my stuff in different ways because we had some of the same talking points and some of the same. And then I've seen he took his one way, but we still do accents and do stuff, and he's
You got a Vicks bit.
Yeah.
I got a Vicks bit. Totally different.
because of Vicks.
But because that's
Here's the thing,
That's our
Sebastian
experience.
Maniscalco, Vicks bit. I was about to throw that bit out. I was like, damn it, Sebastian has a Vicks bit.
But hear what? Hear what Tony Rock says. Tony Rock says, especially when it comes specifically topical stuff, like what's up about this and the news is popular and everybody jumps on. He goes, I don't want to be the first. He said, everybody's going to do their bit. He said, that's fine. He said, however, I am going to have the best joke.
Yeah, he got that from Chris.
And he said, I'm going to have, that's what he
Chris
said, I'm
says
going to
that
have the
too.
best, because he said, you're going to do your bit on a subject. He said, I'm going to come behind you with the same subject and I'm going to get laughs too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, because me personally, I like to, if everybody's doing this, I like to go the opposite route. That's my nature. Just because I'm
Same.
like,
You're
well, yeah,
competitive and you want to be original.
Right. That's what it really is that I'm trying to be original.
Originality.
Because I'm like, let's say, for example, I go on the show and everybody's doing election stuff.
Yeah.
I got election stuff, but chances I will.
Am I
go
gonna
away, you know what I mean?
beat that horse tonight?
Yeah, because I hate to go into, and what happens to sometimes the subject matter. You're touching it, but it's not really.
Yeah, you're not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're surface touching it,
Yeah.
or they really want you to peel it back. I've been in like the worst is when the club owner is like, "Don't say this, don't say that," and then you read the room and they're like, "Oh, they want me to say something. They want."
The club owner has no instinct like you do.
They want you to break through that thing because they're thinking it.
Yeah.
You're thinking it, and then like I'm like, and as a comic, it's like now I gotta say it. So I'm like, you're not gonna book me again, but I'm gonna say it. Like the other night, like blah, blah, blah.
Back to what you said about reading the room. I just did a show where I was like sitting in the back reading the room because I was closing out the show. I'm watching the back, and then like dirty jokes at first didn't work, and then somebody kept trying them, but like a certain style of dirty joke worked, and that was sex with your wife or husband. That worked, but other stuff didn't work. And then all of a sudden, like a certain topic worked, and you're like, "Ooh, I thought that they were gonna be offended by that." But just like, they had their own lane. They liked three or four things. They didn't like these three things, and you had to just go up there and adjust.
I find with some of that stuff, with especially content and material, like especially dirty stuff or stuff that's socially weird. Yeah. Bill Hicks had this thing. Is like he used to do stuff with Mark Maron way in the beginning, and Mark Maron wanted to be so much like Bill, and Bill was so edgy. He'd come out and start doing this political stuff. He's like, I don't know what happened. I lost him. He's like, listen, dude, here's what you did. You can't. You pushed him over the ledge. Right. You got to walk him to the ledge, and then make him jump. That's when you just get them close enough where you feel like they're making the decision. You know, you're the one who's doing it, and then they jump, and then you're all laughing. Everyone's, and that's what was happening. They were rejecting probably like just stuff that was just filthy, like, you know. But then, okay, well, sex is between. They're doing this, and then instead of like guys, like, I just ram this stuff up my, like people are like whoa. Yeah. But if you're talking about sex, then okay, that's different.
Yeah, I feel like in my act, if like I broke down my whole act, right? And all my jokes, it would be like the least offensive. It goes all the way up to like some edgy stuff. Yeah. And then I back off, and I go all the way up to edgy stuff because you can't start with that stuff right away. I think the walking him to the cliff is like, you first win him over by your personality, your charm.
Yeah.
If I just met you, I wouldn't be like, hey man,
Hey, man.
So I was fucking my wife or some crazy joke.
Yeah.
No, you'd be like, what are you telling me? But if I first meet you and I make fun of myself a little bit,
You sure you don't want
right,
to do
for
that?
5 minutes, I make you be like, this guy's self-deprecating.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna listen
yeah.
to it. You just gotta work into it slowly.
I usually start off, depending, like I said, you read the room, and I was like, I'm gonna go for it, and I start off with something about the town,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then
Local
go
stuff
for,
is always
and then
a
go from there
gem.
with a
Oh
spin
my
on it,
God,
whatever.
Josh Kincaid told me that. We had him on the show.
Josh.
a couple
And
months
I
back.
did
Josh said
that.
he once told me, sorry to interrupt, the local stuff always, they
Always.
eat it up.
Yeah.
They
And then
wanna hear
from
it.
from there, then
They feel like
you
they're
get into
involved in the
yourself.
show.
Right.
Yeah.
From then you get into yourself.
You get into
because
yourself.
because you know you tell about
You tell
about
yourself.
me. It told me my
Well,
experience.
it's a good segue, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that's how you work. You work in the room. Like if you're doing a special or something, that's different.
Yeah.
You're coming out and you're doing material.
How do you feel about comics that are the opposite of what we're talking? You're a likable comic. I know what I am. People tell me I'm a likable comic. I'm not like people go, oh, you're so charismatic, likable. Yo, you're the same way. We're all three. Yeah. But have you ever seen comics that come out and from the moment they get on the stage to the moment they're done, they're like, Tom Segura explained it in that show, in that Amazon show. Tom Segura talks about it. He's like that. He's not. My wife said this about Tom Segura. She's not a comic. She said,
funny.
I can't stand the guy. I think he's not a nice person.
he
but he
doesn't
makes
come
me
off as a
laugh
nice
and he's
person.
hilarious.
But he's part of his thing is the deadpan nature of his delivery. I don't think he wants you to really like him, but you start to you want to oh man, this guy's like,
Yeah, but
you
that's a tough road to take in comedy.
There's just guys who most of these guys you like them on a certain level, or you like the way they think. So that's different than the person. If a person could be not likable, but if you like the way they think, then you're like, okay, I get where he's coming from.
Okay, for example, right? We talk about being Caribbean.
Yeah.
All right. You know who Paul Verzi?
Yeah.
Italian.
Yeah.
Sebastian
Maniscalco,
Maniscalco.
Italian.
What's the other guy name? Rhodey or something like that. Because
Rodia.
yeah,
Anthony Rodia.
Anthony Rodia.
Tara
Italian.
Jokes. Tara Canastraci.
Italian.
Italian.
And there's lanes for all of them. So there's
There's
no one
no
person.
one. Like
you know,
it's silly
yeah.
to think that way, and that's just that crabs in a barrel thing.
Yeah.
Like when the more urban stuff I did, the more I realized that they're not even they're so loving. Like, hey man, come down to my
of
show.
course, of course.
Hey man, do this.
Especially
Hey
if
man,
you-
why don't I see you come out more?
Especially if you do well, because I did a show in Brooklyn. It's a Caribbean show. It was a small audience, but it was good. And you know who was on that show? You know Eva Evans?
Yeah.
Shout out Eva Evans. Met her, nice,
Funny.
fantastic. Yeah, Jamaican. So I did pretty decent. She was like, yo, you really good with the accent.
Yeah.
And the host, shout out Shelly Kristen, she was like, that's what he's on the show.
That's it's funny, how dudes let me show. Okay, so this is how you get shows. Like guys, how you get on shows, man? Who books that, man? I want to. Hey, Beckles is. First, how'd you get on a show in Prague, man? Do you know Prague? Do you know
Who says this?
people like? How did Beckles get? Because he's funny.
Dude.
Because he's funny.
The whole thing about when I did the whole Europe thing, I'm not going to name the comic, but a certain comic blew up my Instagram asking me a million questions. I'm like, what do you want me to start?
He was in your DMs
well, in
like,
1977, I came out of my mom's vagina.
He was in your rectum like, who books that? Who books that?
Unfortunately, that's going to be a part of it. So I try in my best to not intentionally offend people. Just the small stuff.
Here's what I'm trying to say about it. It's funny because a lot of it is you get work. You have a front-facing YouTube and Instagram channel that gets you basically advertising to say, hey man, this guy, I do work, and I'm funny. So they put you on a show. Second thing, you probably just ask people, hey man, you can ask, or you talk to the right people. If you're funny, people will start to book you. Yeah. So it's the funny thing is
Dude, can I just say something? Would you go up to a track and field event and walk up to the men's 4x1 or the men's 100 meter? Walk up to all of them like, dude, how do you get to the finish line first?
how do you?
I'm fucking faster than all of you.
I'm world class.
You gotta work.
Some of it is also just being
Not
in
even
the right
the winner.
place.
You could say that to the fourth place person.
Being in the right
because
time
I'm
for,
faster than fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth.
But you have the end. He has the end. Like you had the end in Prague. Like you are my family from Prague. Like I do comedy now, so I'm gonna be like, yo man,
that's it.
You hit the club owner up.
Part of that is you build relationships, not only in comedy, in life.
In life,
But
period.
that relationship gets you new relationships,
to get you
opportunities. When you get that opportunity,
You still gotta
and you take advantage of it. Guess what? It begets more opportunity. Now this
Oh, you got to be as nice.
here's the thing.
Yep.
You see, you started in 2003. I wanted to start this thing since the 90s.
Me too.
You hear me?
Same.
Since the 90s. But you know Caribbean.
My mom was like,
there's like,
You want to be funny?
yeah, you want to do what?
You want to be dope?
And I took court officer test, corrections officer, firefighter, police, bus driver.
You're not gonna be on stage talking about your father.
Right. Comedy. What is that? That's,
they want you to get a job with a 401k.
And when I finally did it in 2004, I wanted to do this thing probably for 10 years.
Eastern Europeans are even less supportive. We're gonna do Eastern European parents, even worse than this. See, at least the Trinidadian or Barbados or whatever Caribbean father will make fun. Will be like, you want to be funny, whatever. I just did the accent. But let's do Eastern European father. We'll do my dad. Go ahead, Dad. I want to be a comic.
That.
Yeah, they want to be a comic.
Or Dad, you could tell me now. Like I tell my dad now, I'm doing
You
great
want
doing
to be
comedy.
a comic.
Hey, Dad, I'm a comic.
No. Let's watch.
You should be a comic.
You want to be a comic? So listen, your brother and I, we was talking about where we're gonna go out to eat tonight. They switched the subject. They didn't want to talk about it. They look at you like they go like, "What's my dad?" Like this. Look. So we guys want to go to eat tonight? Which messes with your head. Like, does this guy even? They can't even comprehend it.
But here's the thing though. When I finally start, see, I had a lot of gaps in between because I started in 2004 when I was engaged. Then I got married in 2005. We had a kid right away.
Yep.
So gap. I started doing with shout out Rose Bria, Curtis Parks, because they had this group called Anonymous Comics, different places, Brooklyn, Manhattan, all over, right? I started out here doing this in spurts, bam, 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 bam. Then I stopped. Then it was a break. Then bam, 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 then stop.
No, I know.
So I never really, I don't even think it makes sense to add up because I'm here now.
Yeah.
Right? So I just use this experience. I use writing techniques and said that this is what happened. Let's see how to. I listen to podcasts because Sebastian Maniscalco talk about a bit that he did to his dad. He's like, did it happen to my dad? He's like, no. It happened to somebody I knew.
That's totally fine in comedy. Louis talks about this. Louis C.K.
It's a transference stone. But he wants to tell a joke.
Yeah.
When he transferred to his father, she would be. He's actually said it wasn't his father. That's a joke about him poisoning the.
Right.
Dude, one of my best jokes is in one of my last 3 jokes that closed my set out. It's about a joke that happened to my daughter. It didn't. It was my friend's daughter. The joke is so funny.
Right.
But it's more
doesn't matter.
personable.
But when I a bit about my dad, I did actually get a picture. It wasn't what I described, but you get to you. I say if it's based in truth, then you got the license then to branch up because you hear comments going, "Oh yeah, no, it's true. It's true." Well, like, okay, it could be true, but is it funny?
Yeah.
You know where I feel like I am in my career right now, and you probably went through this in one point of your career. I'm starting to respect, like, wow, it's amazing how much I'm learning now, how much more I knew than last year. I wonder where I'm going to be in year number 7, year number 8, or I'm in year number 7 now, actually. Number 8 and number 9, 10. Like, because I meet those comics, and when I see a comic that's 10 plus years, you can spot it now right away. I couldn't last year.
Yeah.
Now, as soon as they get on stage, I'm like, oh, this guy's 10 to 30. 10 to
like
15 years
calm,
in. It's a different kind of a feeling.
And like the funny thing is I tell guys.
And I wonder, like, ooh, that's going to be fun to get there, that journey.
Here's the funny thing, David could probably so you remember Chappelle, 2003, Killing Softly, one of the best stand-up routines of all time. But you watch him there, he's super bitty, super poised, and then fast forward to 10 years later and see how some of his comedy. Completely different comic,
more long-form stories.
but better. Yeah. But mastered that bit, like those bits. He's getting crowd, he's getting smack, and he's talking. It's 2000.
All I can describe is my comedy is here's my jokes, and as I get more better, my jokes expand. They get longer. I can make them into longer.
To your
stories.
point, with the learning, you never stop getting better.
Never.
So look at Louis C.K. working out jokes and
40 years he's doing
40 years, and he went from he was like a dope comic, and then nothing was happening.
Do you know his first 2 years, what happened to him? And that's a lot of inspiration. If you're watching this and you're listening to this and you're a new comic, so we get a lot of comics listen to this. He was going to quit. In 1984, he tried it. He did so bad his first night, he didn't try it for another, I believe, either a year or 2 later. Imagine how discouraged you got. What happened?
That happened to me when I bombed in front of a Caribbean.
And 40 years later, that's Louis.
It hurts.
I used to do this character called Businessman. I had a lot of hair then out there, and this guy, I went to school. Long story short, He was like, yo, I know you do comedy. I was like, yeah. He was like, come by such and such. I could get you on. I was like, what? The host is Bayesian too? There. Now, mind you, hadn't touched the stage in 2 years.
Yeah, you
Listen,
think I just jump on the stage?
Listen, I come from a sports background before entertainment, and I had an athlete coach he went to the Olympics.
Yeah.
He actually world record holder in his sport. You know what he told me? He goes, "It's not where you start; it's where you begin." That's what it is.
True.
It's not where you start. I'm sorry. It's not where you start. It's where you end up.
Right. True. But here now, I got on stage and the guy was like, Cynic, shout out Cynic, OG in the game. Wow. He was like, I'm gonna give you a nice intro. And then I saw the crowd. But before that, it was a Trinidadian guy, about 6'3" or 4. He was outside the door before anything started. He's like, boy, I don't want no comedy, boy. I don't want no jokes. I just want to get something to eat and I don't want no laughing, shit. And this boy, guess who was up front?
That's
Up front,
looking right at you.
with chicken wing. And I start out. He look at me like, yo, and the room was. I'm silent. I remember that shit happened.
Bill Burr's worst ever.
Hold on, I had that shit
show.
happen. Like it happened yesterday. For my whole 5 minutes, but it seemed like 5 hours.
5 hours.
I heard. That was it.
That's probably a big laugh for him, though. You ever hear Bill?
Not
Burr?
from. It wasn't from him. It was somebody who's way off stage. It was like, this dude is up here, like
He's
epically
dying.
bumming.
He's dying.
Bill's biggest
my boy that got me the hookup. I meant to sit there. He didn't even look at me. He like,
I bring him heat.
and the host was like, yeah, probably everybody. He's like, if he could crawl out his skin, I was like, yeah, if I could crawl out my skin, I would leave
listen,
myself.
Bill Burr's biggest thing was he bombed at a black show, and he was bombing so bad. The most embarrassing thing he's ever heard was in the middle to the back, and he kept bombing, and you just hear crickets, and all of a sudden, the third joke bombing. You know, this is opening up the set, and you had to do like 15 minutes, and 3-4 minutes in, another joke bombs, and you just hear a lady in the back go, "I ain't laugh yet." Dude, if I heard that will. But he said he wanted to do those rooms because he's like, that's like your Achilles heel. That one, every comic has something they're afraid of.
Want to do those rooms.
You get over that, everything else is just you're not afraid.
Honestly, true. Honestly, true. That's what you got. You got to hit those rooms. You got to hit the hood rooms. You have to. You have to. While being yourself. While being yourself.
Like improv was my biggest fear as an actor. I started by as an actor, not a comedian.
Yeah.
And improv was a fear. I was a good actor.
Yeah.
And I still improv is the hardest thing to me. To me, it's unbelievably hard to put you up there and like
nothing.
Like if you told me like the next show you do, you have to do 5 minutes of crowd work before you do it. 6 minutes you're allowed to go.
Sweating your ass off.
I would be more nervous than that than anything because
I
you know
used to
normally
go
you
with
start
nothing.
crowd work. If you start bombing, you just go to your bits.
I used to go up with nothing and just see what I could do. I used to love it. I used to just go up with nothing.
But you know what? That angst that he used to, because before, like, I have a show tomorrow, right? I didn't have my. I mean, I got my set, but I would be sweating. Before, like nervous, like I need absolute silence for 5 hours. Nobody bother me. The dog don't bark. Don't call me. Don't ask me to do nothing. No, it's just like whatever.
I find the bigger the show, the more now the nerves come up. Like this big problem for me is like my expectations and managing my emotions before the show. That's key. If I gotta go up feeling a certain way, or else I'm gonna wreck my own show. You're wrecking yourself. You're not the crowd. Not the you're wrecking.
That angst all in your neck.
What do you do? What do you do to calm yourself down?
So it's a bunch of stuff. I have a ritual. Like I used to do it when I first started, and I realized my wife's like, you always really do really well when you just like go by yourself. Like you turn your autism on, put your headphones on. Sorry, kids. Put your headphones on, and I'll just go through concepts on my set, and then I'll just doodle, and then I'll write my set out, and I'll just write as many like what I want to do. I don't get to it all, and then but I usually have a set that I'm gonna do, and then I'll tell myself blah blah blah, go out there, just story tell, and then I write 3 things. I write acting on stage. I write connect with the audience. Those are only my only goals, and then to have energy. Those are my really only goals, is connecting with them. After that, everything else happens.
Yeah. And you get to a point, I don't think I'm quite there. I'm not there yet, to be honest. But there's a point where you're so comfortable that can lead to some improv. And even though if it's, when the peer nervous is really not nervous, it's a performance nervous.
Performance nervous.
If
You're
you know
ready.
what I'm saying?
you're ready. It's just your fight or flight instinct kicking in. That's all that is. And sometimes you fight, flight. Sometimes you freeze.
You know, my wife calmed me down the most once. She's a therapist, my wife.
Yeah.
And she said, like, why did you get into this? I said, just because I like it. Just go out there and do it like you like it. You have to just back up and look at, you're just insignificant in the world.
Yeah.
You're just another person. You got into this to have fun,
Right.
to enjoy it, to eventually do it as a job. Why even be
Right.
nervous?
Don't
Just
put
go out
extra
there and
pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
Go out there.
In my head is like, you waited 20 years, stupid. Now you got to do it right now. Oh my God, you're shitting yourself. You know, I'm like I'm hearing these voices, right?
everybody has a home show. Do you have like a home mic? That's your home mic? Or home area, like home?
I guess so.
Rhino, maybe.
Rhino,
or
like,
maybe some other place, right?
absolutely.
Now, what's the most comfortable? I guarantee you, it's Rhino.
But like, it's bad to be super comfortable.
Right. In one spot, right.
Bad now because I realize like, oh, I'm too comfortable here.
Right. You
So-
don't want to be too comfortable.
I did a show in Patterson with a bunch of comedians, like, and then the girl who booked the show put me on, and then like booked me on with dudes who I had been watching on TV for years, and now I'm like, everything I've told you that I did just went out the window. And my wife is like, calm down, you're supposed to be in this room. Yeah. And then so this dude, Big Dog, comes in. Big Dog, and then luckily another comic who knew me, I just showed him before, and he saw that I was freaking out.
Yeah.
And he saw me, and he was like, yo, what's up, dog? And he's like, yo, man, come here, man. Go out, just do your thing. Just calm down. You're ready. You know you're set. You got 5 minutes. You can't do 5 minutes by now? And I was like, of course I can. And he's like, yo, man, just be in the moment and go do it.
Be in the moment.
Yeah,
And then like,
have fun.
once you
You
get,
ever look at the crowd, see if they're laughing, enjoy their
Yeah.
laughter?
sometimes.
I know.
Not that
But you're
night.
supposed to do
Not
that.
that night.
I do.
Do I do it? Almost never.
There's something.
We're supposed to be doing
We did a
that.
show in Jersey last year, right? It was outdoor, and the crowd was kind of like, and when we were done, because it's something because you opened up. They had you go up first. Remember? Yeah, you opened up. You had you
That's the
first.
host.
Outdoor Jersey show?
Yeah.
That's the
outdoor show in
host's
Jersey.
fault though, dog.
And when we were done, people came by, was like, "Oh, you guys were great. Oh, you guys." I was like, "The freaking light bulb in your face."
hilarious.
Oh,
Listen,
thank you for it.
Okay, we got to talk about something now.
Okay.
I want to talk about writing still. We talked a lot about comedy. We didn't talk about, there's something I wanted to ask you before we did the podcast, and that's writing. Like, what's your writing style?
So
What's your process? What's your process?
my process.
Exactly.
Where, first,
This is where I cross my legs and just go, what's your process? I hold my
What is
spectacles.
there's honey all over my body when I write. It makes the paper sticky, which causes my mind, my medulla. Now, so I have a very inefficient process of writing jokes. I have tons of ideas, tons of.
So first you jot the idea.
I jot down the idea, like the heart of the joke. And I don't want to mess with something that ain't gonna be funny. So then I'll go try the concept. And then I'll usually sometimes I'll get the ending of a joke, which is the worst. And then I have to build it backwards to try to figure out, or that joke will sit there for years and I'll realize, oh, it slides right into this bit. Or I'll have to just go out and bang it on stage. I need tons of time. Tons of time so my process, I need tons of time, like 30, I get to do 30-minute blocks, and then I'll work from that, and then I can get like a 20, 25 that is good. So I'll go home and I'll tinker with it a little bit, and I'll go on stage and I'll mess with it, and then I gotta hear the crowd laugh to it, and sometimes I'll come up, like I do a lot of improving with the bit on stage. I'm trying to push it on stage to figure out that's the funny part, and I'll push that. Sometimes I just run into dead ends, which is awful.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, but do you first like, do your joke ideas come to you by like, you just think, oh, that would be funny? Right?
Sometimes
that's what I do. I do
yeah.
this. That's funny.
Sometimes
that would be funny, right?
sometimes I'll get in my phone and my notes. I have tons of like just ideas. Like I was like, oh, that's funny. Or I get a long bit like, oh, I want to talk about the movie Home Alone, but I want to talk about it where Gen X different.
You know what I just did a show with the guy. The headliner was Pedro Gonzalez. So you know Pedro?
Yeah.
He's funny.
It's funny, dude.
And it was in the City Winery in Hudson Valley, and his opener was his apparently, like, because I talked to his opener, not Pedro, about this. His opener, Ronnie Lordy,
Okay.
for another Jersey comic. Pedro's doing it 12, 13 years, so's he. This guy Ronnie, and he was his opener. He did like 20, 25 minutes. And he said something that I won't forget, man. And I just learned this yesterday. He's like, you know what comedy, we're sitting in the back, we're getting ready to go up. He's like, you know what the writing comedy is? It's just like whatever annoys you. It's like whatever upsets you.
Yeah.
If something like what just annoys you, that's your comedy. Like today I was driving and this guy did something that's a bit because it annoys you. That's the most powerful
Because you're gonna
stuff.
have emotion running.
Yeah,
through.
whatever annoys you. But like some people, it's whatever makes you happy too.
Yeah.
But it's usually whatever annoys you, irritates
Also-
you. That's like Louis, you know.
Realizing something that everyone realizes, but they can't express it.
Right.
Like the one of the dopest things is like that I hear is like, you know, when you look at somebody's car, and then they look right back at you. What the hell is that? what? Everyone does it. Like you be driving and you like look, and then they look right back at you. That is what you realizing there's a joke somewhere is like.
You know what I like to do when it's a big man, like a truck driver, and we look at each other? I like to go like this. And I go like this.
heart you.
We've got man, this has been a dope conversation, man. It's
Yeah, man.
always up, yo.
Oh man.
Oh, man, give me your handle real quick before.
Yo, man, check me out, Monty Mason 16 on Instagram. Yo, please, we're trying to get some followers going. We're trying to get some momentum in this comedy thing. Monty Mason 16 on Instagram.
Check his Instagram. That's where you post your shows and your
Post my
upcoming
shows
stuff.
and my upcoming stuff.
There you
Also,
go.
check me out in the documentary New Joke City on YouTube.
Okay.
It's almost like this little condensed. I'm walking around talking to the city. Ryan Patrick.
Yep.
Thank you guys for having me on your podcast
Thank
with
you.
the brown velvet sugar.
And down here, if you're watching this podcast, we're gonna post some shows I got, which is
All in
what do I got?
pluggies.
Something December 6th in Cold Spring. Terrence will put it in here. December 6th in Cold Spring, and also December 7th I got a show.
Yes, we on that one. Right?
That's the latest
Also,
to the when this
before we
comes
go-
out.
Hey guys, this was a surprise.
Is this the velvet sugar?
No, this is banana Nutella bread. Boom.
Oh,
Wow.
banana, B-A-N, yes.
I am at Black Rock Dave. He is.
At Big Alex Comedy.
We are Velvet Sugar Podcast.
The Velvet
guys.
Sugar
Thanks for tuning in.
Podcast.
And come check us out. Come watch our show that we're on and talk to us, and
Yeah, man.
we'll make fun of you and
of
whatever.
course. I'll
It'll
make
be
you cry.
great.
I'll make you cry.
Big up everybody.
Big up.
Bless on yourself for what you have.
All of them first.
I was gonna say that too. I'll let him do it.
Peace.